Hello, Dr. Stock viewers. Welcoming you all to my new video. As you have seen the thumbnail, you will be knowing very clearly that what is the topic I'm going to consider for my discussion today. So, right now it is a clear lockdown isn't continuing, but majority of the business is having some issues. But still, trading is not stopped and it is going in a good way. That means that you should be in a part of a business which is not stopping at case of any natural issues. So as of now, we would have seen so many natural disasters, right? Like tsunami, and we had some floods. All the things is there. So in tsunami also, some of the industries got some issues due to that particular time. And in floods also, we have so many industries having some issues during that time. But still, these are not lasted for more than 1 week, and everything is fine. As of now, we have got a very big natural calamity. So that is something called a coronavirus. And because of this, completely so many domains. I mean to say, so many industry. I mean domain in the sense, so many types of industry is getting issues, and everything is making its re-entry, and all the things is happening for the past close to 4 months, right? But still, one platform which is not touched by anyone else, and it is not stopped even for a single minute. Okay, so that is the beauty of trading. So now, before starting this business called trading, okay, as a full-time profession looking for a trader, right? When you look for a full-time profession as a trader, that means that it should be your primary job. What are the other things that you have to keep in mind? So that is the important thing which I'm going to discuss you on today on all this thing. Now let's move on to this. I have made it as a simple presentation so that this point will be very clear to all of us. Let's go one by one. So important things which need to be in the mind, okay, before you start trading as a full-time profession. Financial freedom, right? So you should not have any loans in your name. That means that any loans, it should be not an personal loan, it should not be an auto loan. Auto loan in the sense it's due to car or some other thing. Or you should not have any home loan. That means that you should not have any financial constraint on a monthly basis. Apart from that, you have so many things like your children's fees and all other needs, like you have to spend some money for your family needs, all other things. I have not included all that because that can be manageable and we can do it. Importantly, if we have alternate financial freedom, for example, all the things can be done by me in a different way, like you will be owning some other property and you will be having some rental income, and your wife, your spouse will be working, and that amount you will be having. All the things is well and good. If you have all the things, that is well and good. That would be your secondary thing. Primary thing is you should not have any loans at the moment. That would be your primary thing. Okay, so it need to be in that same way. Minimum loan things you should not have for at least minimum 24 months. 24 months passed before you start your full-time trade. Before 24 months itself, you should be financially freedom because you have to do so many testings. I'll let you know about testings. Making it a minimum testing phase means that, so whatever things you're planning to do as a full-time trader, right? You want to do some testing, means that you will be getting a good, good money in your job. For example, around close to 50,000 you're earning, right? So you want to make a testing phase that you should earn minimum of 25% of your salary amount. That means that you should earn a minimum of close to 12,000, something like that in your minimum testing phase of your trading. So for this consistency, you have to achieve for minimum close to 15 months before you start your financial freedom with trading. So these are the key points you have to keep in mind. Very, very basic things, my dear friends. Without this, if you try to move to the career of full-time trading, what will happen is it will not support you on the good way what you are looking out, my dear friends. I don't want to bring it in a very detailed way that you will not achieve, you will achieve like this, all these things. But still, if you are not doing these two things, then that means that it will be a problem for you in coming days. Moving on to the third point, choosing a good brokerage. Okay, so why we have to choose a good brokerage is when you go for a broker like a discounted broker, fine, what will happen is you are in a position to make complete amount completely, or you won't be having any restrictions. I mean, you won't be having any discounts. For example, you want to take a hedge position, right? So at this moment, we have some discounts after June. I'm saying after June we have some discounts. So it's like with the 15,000, you can go for a long in the future, and you can take adjustment with the money put. You'll be having these things at 15,000 at the moment. But still, before that also we had that same amount can be done with the same hedge level component that can be done in the same amount, but not with the discounted brokers, but with the regional brokers like Asta, Alice Blue, Indian Foline, and etc. etc. So try to choose a good broker. Means that you need to get some leverage instantly, because when you're stuck in your positions, what will happen? Discounted brokers need to have the money immediately. Means that you have to send online. And all these things will take some more time. But you have a tie-up with a local broker, that is like a regional broker. What will happen is there would be a mutual understanding between you and the broker. So thereby you can increase your limit accordingly, and things will go accordingly. Fine, that is the reason of choosing a good broker. You can have a discounted broker. Fine, that should be your basic things, and you can do in that way. But still, practically have one more regional broker in tie-up with all your things. Means that it is a good level of support you will be having. So means that it is like a balancing primary and secondary things. Next important thing, going on with the good infrastructure. What does mean by good infrastructure? Without this good infrastructure, we cannot support anything, because good infrastructure is like something like basic things like power supply, the hardware which you are using. It would be a laptop or a tab, all the things. And mobile trading, kindly try to avoid it. Means that you will see that, when you're trading, right, you want to see the real-time movement of the market, not with the mobile. Simply, you will be choosing the contract, or simply you will be choosing the stock and you will be going for a buy and sell. Kindly don't do in that way. You have to look onto the graph, look onto the chart of the market, and you have to trade accordingly. That would be the ideal need that you need to know before you start. Means that you should have a good infrastructure with a good power supply. You should have a backup ready. That would be an inverter or UPS. Next, it should be a good internet supply. You should have minimum of two things, like a primary supply and a secondary internet provider, like that. So if there is any problem with your primary internet service provider, you should need to switch on to the secondary internet provider. Okay, and you should compulsorily need to have a 7-inch display. It should need to be a tab, or it should need to be a laptop, or it should need to be a desktop. It should be according to you. I am leaving it to you. Don't use these mobiles with 5-inch or something like below that for doing all these things, because the way you see the things in the 5-inch display and the way you see it in a much better way, like 7-inch to higher level, what will happen is the display forecast will be very, very good, and the complete perception will be known to you very clearly. This I am saying out of my practical experience, my dear friends. As of now, for the past 3 to 4 years, right, I am into trading. For the past close to 3 years, I will not do my trading when I am not in live to the terminal. Means that I will stop trading, because money saved is money gained. That is what I believe in all my strategies. Reason being, when I am not into the terminal, if I am traveling or if I am doing something with a mobile, what is happening is I bound to lose more, because I don't know where the market is going to head up, because I will lose where is the support and where is the resistance, all the things, basic things I will be losing. So because of that, what happens is my adjustments is getting stuck, so that I'll go in naked in one direction, or my adjustments will get some issues, and all the things will put me in loss. So in order to prevent that loss, I am moving on with a simple rule, like sticking to the basic rule, right? Without a terminal, I will not do any trading. So this is all the things which comes under good infrastructure. Now, the next important basic thing is knowing about cash, futures, or options. We need to know about all these three. Reason being, some people will be saying, I will only trade in cash, I'll only trade in futures, I will only trade in options. No, it is not like that. Different market conditions will support different things. For example, when the volatility is higher, right, which is higher, like in the range of something like, as of now, it is very close to 25 levels, right? Previously, it is very close to 80 levels when we are in the month of April, something like that. Okay. So for the past 3 months, we are headed to a very high weeks. So during that times, we should need to go for option selling instead of options buying. So all the things you need to know, because you want to take something as a full-time, right? So for example, you do something as a business, right? You need to know detailing about all the things before you are putting your hard-earned money. Without knowing all the things, if you are going and putting in only one component, for example, a company is selling 10 products and you want to know, and you have to go as a distributor, and with the distributorship, you want to make money, right? Then what you have to do is you have to take all the products which that company is selling. You should not go and say that I will sell only one product like this. So that what will happen is that will effectively will not give money to you, and that will make you stuck, because you would have that positions and you could not able to sell. After buying, you could not able to sell. That is in case of the distributorship. Similar thing in market also will happen. So the thing, for example, you are doing only cash, right? Sometimes you cannot able to manage only with cash. Some logics will not work in cash. Some logics will work only in cash. All the things are there. It is better to know all the things as a basic. Next, knowing about option sellings and buying, etc. So as of now, I am an option buyer. Okay, it's like very close to before 1 year. I was doing only option buying. I'm doing only option buying. I'm not doing into option selling anything else. Now, what I have learned is, when you are a full-time trader, or when you're planning to go for a full-time trader level kind things, and when you are interested more in trading like things, right? You should need to know all the things. That is the reason I converted myself from a investing platform to a trading platform. So now I am very clear about all. Now I am very clear about all the things like option buying and option selling, when we have to go for option buying and when we have to go for option selling. So now, because of this selling strategies, we can able to protect my capital easily, and because of this buying strategy and selling strategy combinations, things are working very, very good. So I can able to see all the things in a live. So this is what we have to go for a maturity level, one by one, step by step. So that is how we need to proceed. Important point is, don't stick on to only one of the above. We need to know all the things. Means that we need to know all these levels before you start things as a full-time trader. You need to all know all the things above. I mean, highlighted things as an intermediate level, not as a basic level. So keep in mind, this is more important, my dear friends. Now, lessons to be learned. Okay, this is something very much important before you start as a professional trader. I mean, to say a full-time trader. You spend reliable learning time on below things. Means that you should need to know all the basics, my dear friends. Candlesticks are something very, very basic. At least a minimum of 12 to 15 candlestick things. Candlesticks you need to know. Right? Because with the candle appearance, there are more things which is happening sentimentally in the market that you need to be aware. Right? Apart from that, there are so many things. So like RSI is there, stochastic is there, so many indicators are there that are inbuilt indicators that are fine, but still basics, candlesticks, very, very important. And next, apart from that, patterns. There are different patterns. U pattern, inverted U, head and shoulder. There are so many. Descending channel, ascending channel, symmetric triangle, then flagpole pattern, inverted flagpole. There are so many. It is like close to 24 patterns are very, very important. So that all things you need to know basically. So if this pattern is coming, what will happen if this pattern is forming? What will happen if the pattern formation is failing? All the things you need to know very clearly. Apart from this, these are basic things. Why I have given this much spaces? You can learn any more things apart from this. That is why the space is given. And apart from this, if you have a knowledge on Wolf, wave and harmonics, that is also advantage things. Interestingly, on knowing all these things, what you will be knowing is, you will be knowing why the market is moving this much big, or why the market is not moving. All the things you can able to identify from your end. That is one interesting things you will be having before completing all these topics. Fine. Now, I could not able to do this, but I can able to do this. Means that all the things you can able to do in the first slide, and second slide you could not able to do it. Then what you can do is, you can go for the third slide. If you could not able to complete all the learnings within a year, all these things need to be complete mostly within a year. That is the maximum time you should need to apply, my dear friends. And I'll be coming at what time or what age you need to do all these things. The time factor, I'll let you know that. Okay. So all these time factors is what you need to know is, When you feel that when you want to earn money, that should be your primary goal, and money is everything that you need to earn it, right? So during that time, the maturity is getting attained. So when that all will happen from your college days, when you're coming out of the college, right? That is from 21 to 24, all these things will happen. So when you will be knowing that only money is the basic things, which all things can be achieved. That will be knowing, you will be knowing that financial things on this age, 21 to 24. No. From there, take maximum of 2 years. So at max, within 26 years, you have to complete all these things is what my personal suggestion. As a whole, from my end also, I have not completed these things within 26. But I started my journey of market in the year of 2008. That is very close to my 20 years. After this, I started the learnings in a very good way, and I have completed all my learnings within the age of 28. Right now, I am in the 32. I have completed all my learnings in the age of 28. So that is what I have seen myself personally, and I am saying that to all my followers. So there is a saying in Tamil, "Ilamayil Kal," means that you have to learn all the things in an earlier stage. The reason being, there are so much developments in brain and your learning part, like memory capacity, all the things, right? So that need, so many things need to be learned in a very early stage. For example, there is a training called abacus, right? So that need to be done within some years of some 12, I guess, maximum years. Within 12, you have to learn the tricks. After that, you would not able to do it. With that tricks, you can do all your mathematic things in a fatafat seconds. So that is how things goes, my dear friends. So if you are not able to do all these things within a stipulated time of 1 or 2 years, okay, I'm leaving the age part apart to you. Any time you can learn. Age is just a number. Learning part, if you could not able to do it within a year or max 2, then you have to follow this one. You need to choose a mentor to proceed, because for everything in life, right, when you start your journey in a company, you will be guided by a person called manager. So without him, you will not make your career shaped. Fine. You need to have some people who can support you accordingly in your profession. So without that profession, you could not able to shine, my dear friends, because a mentor is someone who can guide you in all the ways. So choosing a mentor, you need to have so many things before you have to choose a mentor. So if you guys are very well interested to know about how to choose a mentor, then give a comment in the comment box. I will let you know how to choose a mentor. I don't want to go to that choosing a mentor detail at this point of time. There are so many criteria to choose a mentor. So I'll leave that to you. So if you really interested in know to how to choose a mentor, let me know the same in the comment box. I will let you know how to help you in choosing a mentor with some guidelines. Most important thing, don't choose any software initially or any AFL. There is a thing called AFL, right? So which you will be doing in your AMI broker. So don't choose anything at the basic level. You need to know everything manually, my dear friends. Without this, you cannot able to shine in market. Reason being, when you do your calculation manually, don't automate anything. Don't use any software. Don't use anything. So what happens is, all these things is completely for business, and they are using it for a business. We'll be having all the things as free somewhere, but still don't use the any AFL or software. Try to use only your brokerage provided data, and try to explore things with the basic candlesticks and patterns, and try to explore with the minimum time frame charts like 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 4 hour, all the things. You try to make a research out things and come out with some interesting things. These are the basic things you have to keep in mind, my dear friends, before you start as a full-time trader. If you fail to do any one of these two things, any one, I'm saying any one. If you miss any one also, that is very important. If you are making it as 100% perfect, then it should be 101% win for you, my dear friends. On moving to all these two things, but still you are facing some issues in making money as a profit, then you need to go for a third thing, like choosing a mentor. All these things is like a continuous thing. So as of now, I explained you as a trader, right? The same things I will try to explain for an investor also. Once everyone is clear and people are knowing to know more about the mentor level things, I will explain you how to choose the mentor also. That I will wait for people to hear from comment. So still then, this topic is done. Try to be safe, my dear friends. I guess there is so much unlocking things is going to happen from August 1, right? Try to be safe. Try to wear mask in all the places where you go. Try to make yourself personally hygiene and try to make yourself in a very good way that you protect your family in a way that you are not taking up things in a very different way. Okay, protect yourself and protect your family too. Still then, stay healthy, stay safe. I'll catch you all in yet another video shortly. Thanks friends, thanks for watching this video. Stay updated. Take care. Bye bye.